Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is it time to start trusting the Clippers coach, Ty Lue? So that's the topic I'm going to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, make sure you go ahead and check out Dreamerspro Max, an online sports community, place where you can go and start basketball discussions, chat live during games, and so many other cool things. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to check that out. We have that linked in the description below. And also make sure you go ahead and click the join button to join the channel to receive loyalty badges from our channel. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Anyway, so let me get into this topic here. Like, we're producing so much we've been on fire so recently. Even my computer right now is screaming. So if you hear that hyperventilating, it means that we pumping out we pumping out serious content over here. So going into this season, Steve Ballmer was convinced that Tyronn Lue was the best coach in the NBA. If you guys remember, if we go down memory lane, you'll remember that they had Doc Rivers. And they had Doc Rivers, and one of the knocks on Doc Rivers last year, certainly one of the knocks I gave him, was that Doc Rivers was not willing to make adjustments. Last year in the playoffs, he refused to make any adjustments. He just seemed like his way must work, right? And he refused to make any adjustments. And I think that a lot of people were happy that the Clippers went out there and got Ty Lue. They felt like that was the guy that they needed. He was a very he's a guy that is going to speak with candor to players. He's not going to sugarcoat things, but he can also relate to players really well. So I remember Steve Ballmer and these guys feeling like they absolutely got the best guy for the job. So they were able to hire him. Now, Ty Lue was a champion as a player and a coach, right? Ty Lue had been around some of the biggest personalities the sport has ever had to offer, right? If you think of players like he was around Kobe Bryant. He played with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He played with Shaquille O'Neal. He coached LeBron James, and he was coached by the greatest coach of all time, at least by some, and Phil Jackson, right? This is the company that Ty Lue was under. These are the shoulders that he kind of these are the people that he rubbed shoulders with. And over time, when you look at Ty Lue's coaching demeanor, it looked like he kind of developed the demeanor of Phil Jackson. If you look at Phil Jackson, you never really know. If you just had a camera on him during the game, you wouldn't know what the score of the game was. Phil Jackson, especially when he was older. When he was younger and with the Chicago Bull days, he was much more. He would pace up and down the floor. You would be much more animated. But during those days with the Lakers, Phil Jackson was a very stoic kind of guy, right? He seemed very calm under pressure. And it's the same thing with Ty Lue. Ty Lue, although he stands up, his team can be on a run or his team can be losing, and he rarely shows any emotion, which I think is good, because I think his temperament kind of steadies the ship. And then I think if players see that their coach is not panicking, they won't panic. But if they see that their coach is up there flip-flopping and doing backflips and all of these different cartwheels on the sideline, I feel like players will start panicking as well. So I think that's something that's been that really works for him. I think another thing is that we know that Ty Lue is relentless. He's a relentless guy, and he's been through tough situations. For example, he was the head coach of that Cleveland Cavaliers team that was down 3-1 to the Golden State Warriors, and he helped coach that team back to come back down from 3-1 to win that series in Game 7. He was there. He is also the coach that was part of the Clippers when they dropped the first two games in the first round against the Dallas Mavericks when they were down 0-2 at home, and he helped coach that team back to win a 7-game series. He's also the same coach for the Clippers that helped them after they were down 0-2 against the Utah Jazz in Utah, came home and won the next two games. This guy has shown the ability to make adjustments and try new things. Ty Lue in the first round did a masterful job with making adjustments. Now, I felt like he waited a little bit too late to make an adjustment to go small in round 1. I think he should have done it after game 1. He did it ultimately after game 3, after the first quarter. But this guy has just been a tactician out there. Really, he has been a tactician, and he has been, listen, I think the Clippers fought back on the court, but I think a lot of it had to do with their smarts and their game plan and their strategy. Ty Lue really, really helped those guys get out of the first round, and now in round 2, you see him making adjustments, right? Clippers went into there in the first game. They were down. They played the same lineup, but now they just in game 3 they decided to trap a little bit more, do some things a little bit differently. Only bring in Zubac to get Nicholas Batum some rest when This guy's off the floor. Rudy Gobert's off the floor. So many different things. He's committed to different things. I've seen him play Luke Kennard some minutes. You're now seeing him play Patrick Beverley some minutes in these playoffs. You see him bring in Terrence Mann. Like, Ty Lue seems like a guy that's willing to try anything to make his team win. And he's taking risks, but he's taking calculated risks. I think a lot of people that you got to be a risk taker. No, you got to be a calculated risk taker. A guy that just takes risks is a daredevil that just goes out there and does, I believe I can do it, and then you didn't calculate the risk, and then something happens and you're like, oh my God, I didn't see it coming. And you're like, but that's what happens when you take a risk. Like, no, that's what happens when you don't calculate the risks that you take. Right? Taking risks are important, but I think this guy knows exactly what he's doing when he's out there taking this this risk. He was one, I was one of the people that was questioning him. Why did he continuously start Reggie Jackson? Why are you starting Reggie Jackson over Rajon Rondo? You have Rondo. Why would you start Reggie Jackson? And listen, Ty Lue has made a fool out of all of us, including me, because I couldn't understand why you would start Reggie Jackson over Rondo when you brought in Rondo to kind of settle down the team, organize the offense. Why would it be that whenever the offense would just fall apart completely, that's when you start bringing in Rondo in the second quarter to start reorganizing guys, putting guys in their spots? It was something that frustrated me greatly. But it looked like that decision to start Reggie and continually play him is paying off in a major way, because now Reggie Jackson is the unquestionable starter for this team, and I don't see him losing the starting job. Even if they advance to round 3, I don't see Reggie Jackson losing the starting job, to be quite honest with you. Now, obviously, Ty Lue will make some adjustments, but I don't see Reggie Jackson losing his starting job. That was his decision, and it's paying off. He was the guy that went out there and recruited Chauncey Billups to be on his coaching staff. Yes, Chauncey Billups, the two-time, how many championships did he win? I think he won one. No, he won one championship with the Detroit Pistons, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 1 or 2? I think he won one championship with the Detroit Pistons. Close friend of him. He said, please, can you help me coach this team? Can you be on one of my coaching staff? Now Chauncey Billups is one of the people that's credited for helping develop Paul George as a point guard to enhance his point guard skills, right? These are Ty Lue's decisions. He goes out there and picks his staff. So this guy's done a fantastic job. And you know what? I don't have any more criticisms for him moving forward. I'm not going to criticize Ty Lue anymore. Whether the team is winning, whether they're losing, you know what? I'm going to say to myself, this guy knows what he's doing, because he has proven me wrong on numerous occasions. And listen, I have full trust in what he's doing, and I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I know he's out there. He's gonna try some things. He's going to surprise some of us. Sometimes they will work, sometimes they don't work, but I think ultimately he knows exactly what he's doing. And listen, I think he's the right guy for the job. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you think it's time to trust the Clippers coach Ty Lue a little bit more, or are you a little bit standoffish and you still need to see a little bit trepidation? You need to see a little bit more. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode.